We are here today to look at the Steam Link and the Steam controller. I have been part of the beta program that allowed me to get these a month early, but have been unable to box them until now due to some interesting dilemmas with moving and customer service with Steam. But we will get to that later. Right now we're going to focus on the Steam Link, so we will be getting the Steam controller out of the way. So we have the Steam Link here, and what it's supposed to do is allow the glorious PC master race to finally sit our butts on the couch like any good lazy college student. Essentially, for $50, we're going to be able to stream from our $2,000 computer across the internet of our house. Well, network, not the actual internet, but the network in our house allow us to play all the games that anybody could play on a console, but at a higher resolution as long as they're attached to our Steam library. Essentially, if you have it in your Steam library, or if you added it in and not purchased it through Steam, you're supposed to be able to play it with this device. Right now, though, we're going to look at the actual unboxing of the device. From our understanding of what is actually in this device, and you can kind of see from the picture, we have the Steam Link itself. We have an AC adapter, an HDMI cable, a network cable, and we have power adapters for different regions. It appears like we're going to have Australia, North America, South America, Europe, all in this box. So we will be looking at those when we open it. All right. Overall, the box we have in here manuals, which we don't care about because we're PC people. We know what we're doing. Here is the device itself. The device itself is about the size of a 2.5-inch hard drive. And on the back of it here, we have a HDMI port here. Next to it, we have the network port, which is going to be 10100. We have two USB 2.0 ports, and we have the plug-in for the power. Over on the side, we have one more USB port here for a total of 3 USB ports. The other two things that are not present, obviously, on the front or anywhere on this is this thing has wireless 802.11 AC, and it supports Bluetooth version 4.0. We'll get to that here in a minute. Let's continue the unboxing and see what else comes with this. So we got a nice box here. Should in theory have everything else in it. And we have all the fancy international adapters. So we have, in theory, the Oceania adapter, and it's not grounded because, well, who knows how their power works, and we don't care. And then we have this one here, and again, don't care. And then finally the one for South America and some parts of Europe, and we don't care. And then in here we have the actual power adapter. It looks like the HDMI cable and a network cable. Let's see if we can get this pulled out. And it looks like the whole thing has been packaged like some Chinese finger trap. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull out the first cable. So we have an HDMI cable. I don't know what version it is, if it's able to support 4K or if it's one of the lower end ones. I'm suspecting it's going to be lower end because of the fact that the Steam Link states it goes up to 1080p resolution. Now, get out here the next cable, not attached to anything. This looks like our network cable. Network cable is a flat cable, which is interesting. You don't typically see flat cables packed for networking. It's probably about 6 feet, just like the HDMI cable looked to be about 6 feet. And we'll get to that here also. And we have our AC adapter here. Looks like it's probably a little bit more than 6 feet, but at least 6 feet. Standard plug and everything. Looks like my understanding is this thing's about 5 volts, 2.5 amps, so we're looking about 12 to 15 watts of usage, more like 10 to 15, but not much compared to the PCs, which generally that you're going to be using for this have a 850 watt or a 1000 watt power supply. Now we're able to take off the adapter here, so that way you can change out. So if you're traveling or happen to be in another country, you can still enjoy sitting on your couch with your Steam Link. Now, back to the Steam Link itself. Very, very small. Feels very solid for what it is. We have a huge anti-skid pad on the back, and if I put this thing on the table, it definitely does not move. Overall, very, very small, not going to take up much room in a home entertainment system. Now, as far as the device itself goes, we have the HDMI. They don't really say the specs on it, if it's going to support 4K. Right now they say up to 1080p, so probably not HDMI 2.0. The networking port is stated to be 10100, so we're only getting about 100 megabits throughput on the network, which is interesting because in here is a wireless AC which can support almost a gig over wireless multi-channel. So I don't know why they would cripple their network port when they strongly suggest that it be plugged in wired for usage. We have the other two USB 2.0s on the back again. Most likely this is where we're going to plug our Steam adapter in, and we're going to end up probably saving the other side port here for keyboards or mice that is supposed to be able to use. Now, right now it does not make much sense what they are planning on using the Bluetooth for that is in this device. It says it takes Xbox One and Xbox 360 controllers for PC, and most of those come with USB adapters, or we can plug in cable. The Steam controller itself we will go over here in a little bit, but it does come with a dongle that does plug into this device. It's supposed to have a very easy setup, which we will go over in a different video, actually hooking it into a home theater system with the receiver and see how well it does for setup. Now, as far as customer service goes and ordering process, keep in mind that when you need support for this from Steam, there is no phone number to call, which is odd for a piece of hardware. The only way you can get support will be through their Steam service via messaging, and even then you are not going to get an immediate response. As far as the ordering went, when I did this as the beta, I was in the middle of moving, and so I didn't exactly get a chance to verify my address before the deadline, and then it shipped out after that deadline. I had tracking for both packages, did not realize that they were coming with two separate tracking numbers, so I was able to intercept one of them at the post office and actually pick it up. The other one hit the old address, and there was no way for me to try on a second attempt to try to intercept it. They could only be done by the company that it was shipped from. And upon getting a hold of Steam, they could not take care of that. So the package was sent back to Valve, and I did not actually get the Steam link itself until later on. They did refund the purchase though, but that took it being shipped all the way back to them and have to wait for the refund the process. So Overall, it was smooth for a return for a missed shipping, essentially, but it was 3 weeks I was waiting to get my $50 back. However, now I'm settled into the new house and have the networking set up on gigabit to use a wonderful 10100 networking adapter, and also to do testing on wireless AC and see how that goes. But we will look that over in a different video. Any comments or concerns, go ahead and put them below, and I will try to get back to you on how the test went. If you need to, please look for my other video, which will be on the unboxing of the Steam Link controller itself, which we can use with the Steam Link or with a standard PC. And we will be testing it both ways. And we will also have a separate video for how the Steam Link sets up with a home audio system. Overall, very impressed with the packaging. Not many companies do show the multiple adapters.